Hello, and thank you so much for watching this presentation on resume formatting in Microsoft Word, brought to you by the Marquette Career Services Center. So a brief outline about what we're going to be discussing today and in what order is going to start with whether or not you should utilize a resume template within Word, followed by utilizing font style, font size, spacing, where to find those, what options to use. Next, we're going to be talking about tabs and how to create those, and then utilizing bullet points, followed by adjusting your margins. So I'm going to go ahead and share a Word document right now. Okay. All right, so here's what Word is going to look like from the Outlook version. And to create a new document, you might be tempted to click on More Templates, because this will bring you like a simple resume or a simple cover letter, resume functional design. But at the Career Services Center, we recommend utilizing a blank document because this will allow you to have a unique resume to yourself. Your resume won't look like anyone else applying for jobs who might be using those templates. And also, it's just going to be easier for editing your resume in the future. Okay, now we're going to talk about font style, font size, and spacing. So here's where you're going to find your font style within the Homes tab. So right now it's on Calgary Body, and we recommend using either Calgary, Times New Roman, or Arial just because those are the most readable fonts. For the sake of this resume, we're going to be using Times New Roman. And right next to that is where you're going to be able to click your font size. We suggest utilizing font size between 10 and 12, with the exception of 14 for your name, since it is able to stand out a little bit. We're going to keep it at 11 for this document, though. And then we're going to go to layout, because this is where we're going to be able to access our spacing. Both before and after should be at 0, because this will just allow you to have the most amount of information on your resume. Okay, and now we're going to be talking about kind of creating your contact section with the utilization of tabs. So we're going to get our resume to kind of look like this. And right now we're focusing on the contact information section. And instead of just utilizing like your space bar a ton of different times to kind of get to this middle section and then over here, this is an easier way kind of to figure out how to do that. So first, we're going to see that I have the ruler right here. And to get that, we're going to go to View and then just click on the ruler. And then here we're going to try and see where we will be able to get a left tab, a center tab, and a right tab. So this one is at 0. This one's at about 3.2. And then this looks like it's at 6.5, but we're going to do 6.47 just because then it won't go on to the next line. If we have to edit it later, we can totally do that too. So you're going to right click or double click depending on what computer you're on. And then you're going to click Paragraph Options, Tab Stop Options, Add. This is going to be left. So we're going to do 0, click Enter, Add. We're going to change this to center. We said 3.2, click Enter, click Add. And then we're going to change this to right. And that is going to be, I believe we said 6.47, Enter, and then click OK. So now you're going to see up at the ruler these little tab stops that we've created. And so on this side, we're going to do our current address and then just click the tab bar or the tab button. And it's going to bring you right to the middle where we put our tab stop. And that's where it's going to be your, well, we could change the font size of our name to 14. That's going to be first, last name. And we're going to change it back to 11. Click tab. Oops. Well, I'll just change it in a second. Permanent. Let's go ahead and change that to 11. Perfect. And then we're going to click enter. And then you're going to fill in the rest of your information. I'll just kind of copy and paste it from here for time's sake. Okay. Spacing looks like it got a little messed up, so we'll go over to layout again. Go ahead and click 0. And then that's all fixed, and that's your contact information section. And then the tab stops are still going to be in here. If that becomes an issue later, we can always remove them. It will not change the current contact information section. Okay, let's go back to the Home tab. And then we're going to be talking about utilizing bullet points. So we're going to go ahead and enter in some section names. I already have them kind of right here, so we're just going to copy those and paste them here. But let's delete this right here because we're going to be talking about that. Okay, so in your experience section, honestly, everywhere on your resume, we suggest utilizing bullet points instead of writing in paragraphs. So in order to do that, you will be on your Home tab. Let's not have it underlined. This is where you will have your bullet points. The little down arrow, you can select different bullet points. We suggest using the first bullet point just because that's easy and to the point and it's not distracting. So we're going to go ahead and click that. And then for each position, you're going to want to list your job title, the organization name, location, and then, of course, the dates that you worked it. So we're going to click the tab button. It's going to bring us to the center. I'm going to click it again, and it's going to bring us over to the right. And that's where we're going to do the month and year to month and year worked there. And then after that, if you didn't want this to be a bullet point, you can go ahead and delete that. But then for your job descriptions, that's going to be a bullet point of your summary, or it's actually going to start with an action word, followed by skills, qualifications, and then just a summary of the position that you worked. And so that's how you would utilize bullet points. And if you click enter, you're going to get another bullet point. But if you don't want that, just go ahead and click delete, and then it's going to get rid of it. But you can always add it in again with this function. Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to be talking about adjusting margins. And this is going to come in handy if you type too much on your resume and it goes onto a second page, because we just want to stay to that 1-page length resume. So we are going to go to layout, and then all the way to the left is going to be margins. And we want margins to be equal on all sides. So right now they're at 1 inch, and we're going to go to the narrow option. Okay. So that changed our margins to 1/2 inch on each side, but we could see that it kind of messed up our format a little bit with the tabs. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of look and see where the tabs will be now. Okay, so this one is still at 0. This middle one is going to be at about 3.8, and this one is going to be at 7.47. So let's just go ahead and highlight everything we have so far. We're going to do the right click or double click once again, tab stop options, and then we're just going to go ahead and edit these, create new ones sort of. Okay, so it's going to be our left tab, add, and I think we said 3.8 for center, enter, then add your right one, 7.47 for the right side, enter. Okay, and then there we go. It's kind of edited our entire resume so that the formatting is back to how we would like it to look. And so that's how you will edit in Word to create a resume. Okay. All right, and so just kind of to wrap up, one main suggestion is to just kind of go into Word, whether that be through Outlook or a desktop version, and just kind of explore your options and figure out each of the different functions. Also at the Career Services Center, if you feel like you need more help with your resume or cover letter, interview practice, whatever it may be, please feel free to come in for drop-in hours between noon and 1:45 p.m. Monday through Friday. But if you're seeking more of an in-depth appointment, feel free to call and create an appointment with a career counselor. Once again, thank you guys so much for listening to this presentation. My name is Haley Fioretti, and I'm a career intern at Marquette's Career Services Center. Have a great rest of your day.